This is Valley News Live at 5.
It's a big day for Minnesota bars and restaurants. For some, it's a day that couldn't come soon enough. Governor Tim Walz gave the green light for businesses to have dine-in service with 50% capacity. The owner of Herbert's and Gerbert's in Moorhead opened their doors, hoping customers are excited as they are. They say the day is a big step toward a sense of normalcy and hope to reach 100% capacity soon.
It's been a long time since we had customers in to be able to sit down and eat, and we have a lot of requests from our regular customers. How soon can we come in? So I'm looking forward to seeing some regular faces again.
On the Minnesota side, bar service will be allowed to resume with customers in groups of 2. People will be able to order at the bar but have to go back to their tables. Service ends at 10 p.m. A COVID vaccine means the end is near, but we still need to be cautious. The state of Minnesota has a new way to let people know they've been in contact with someone who tested positive. The CovidAware app has an update for Minnesota iPhone users with an iOS setting of 12.5 and higher. You'll get a notification about this opt-in service. It tells users they can now turn on their CovidAware exposure notifications using their phone settings without ever having to download the app. Governor Walz calls this app a powerful and anonymous tool that will help stop the spread of COVID-19. It uses random keys on your phone that change every 10 to 20 minutes, but will never track your physical locations. Health experts say the more people who download or enable this tool, the more effective it'll be. We are warming things up this week, at least the first part of the week. Before we get to that, let's check out this evening. Hutch?
Beautiful way to start the week and a gorgeous setting sun, as you saw there from our tower cam. Here's a look at those peak temperatures out to the west. 34 Jamestown, Carrington 32, and it was pleasant in Lakes Country with Detroit Lakes at 28. Bemidji had 30. A little cooler up in the Northern Valley, Langdon at 27. Here's a look at your current temperatures. We remain warm out to the west with a few 40s out there, and we'll continue to monitor that. Today, we have had reduced visibility in the Northern Valley, and that's limited your temperatures. So while we enjoyed sunshine in Fargo, the Northern Valley saw a lot more in the way of clouds. Your planning forecast temperatures will stay in the 20s for the evening. Overnight will dip into the teens. And there could be some patchy fog, particularly up north and in northern Minnesota, as temperatures sneak down into the teens there as well. Big changes are on the way as we go through the week. They begin on Wednesday, but the biggest impacts here across our area will be felt Friday. It is a first alert weather day Friday. I'll have the details here in a few moments.
All right, thanks, Hutch. We now know the name of a woman found dead Friday at a motel in Jamestown. Authorities say 50-year-old Sabrina Grisham of Knoxville, Tennessee, was found in the parking lot of the Two Rivers in Jamestown Friday morning. An autopsy is scheduled to determine the cause of death. 4 people are in jail after 2 big drug busts in Minnesota. The sheriff's office in Cass County, Minnesota, executed 2 search warrants at a residence in Pine River, one on December 29th, the other on January 7th. That would be 2 residences. They seized large amounts of meth both times, plus marijuana, drug paraphernalia, and ammunition. They arrested 61-year-old Teresa Hill and 58-year-old Walter Hill in the first drug bust, then 43-year-old Teresa Mead and 49-year-old William Smetana in the second bust. The Fargo Police Department wants you to know about a high-risk sex offender now living in the area. 26-year-old Damian Orton is currently living at 734 College Street North in Fargo. Orton was convicted of sexual imposition in 2014 in Burleigh County. When Orton was 19 years old, he asked a 14-year-old female runaway who was intoxicated and on drugs to have sex. When she said no, he held her down and raped her. Today, the U.S. House is launching a 2-pronged effort to remove President Trump from office before January 20th, while giving Vice President Mike Pence a long-shot ultimatum to invoke the 25th Amendment by tomorrow. Democrats are also fast-tracking the impeachment process as Republicans are being forced to weigh the price of political loyalty. And we need to warn you, this report contains some images of violence that some might find disturbing. Alice Barr is in Washington with the latest.
As more shocking images and accounts emerge from last week's siege on the Capitol, pressure is mounting to hold President Trump accountable for his role in inciting the deadly violence. Today, back in the building where they were attacked by a pro-Trump mob, House Democrats formally introduced one article of impeachment, incitement of insurrection.
We cannot simply let this go, because we can never heal as a nation if we don't have justice first.
It comes after Republicans sidelined a resolution calling on Vice President Mike Pence to replace the president under the 25th Amendment.
I object.
Sources familiar tell NBC News the vice president is unlikely to act, increasing the emphasis on impeachment with a vote as early as Wednesday. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she has the votes to impeach, writing, quote, "The president's threat to America is urgent, and so too will be our action," and telling CBS's 60 Minutes.
He has done something so serious that there should be prosecution against him.
Beyond impeachment, Democrats hope to block President Trump from ever holding public office again. But they're hoping for bipartisan support, with only a few Republican backers so far.
I actually do believe that the president has disqualified himself.
The Republican-controlled Senate is in recess until January 19th, the day before President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration.
Officials say all 100 senators would have to agree to come back early, and that's unlikely to happen, setting up the possibility of an impeachment trial after President Trump has left office. New details are emerging about law enforcement's desperate efforts to protect people inside the Capitol last Wednesday. This video was taken by a Huffington Post reporter as the violent mob seized the Capitol. In the video, you can see an officer single-handedly trying to keep an advancing group of rioters at bay. As the mob reaches the second floor, the officer pauses and looks to his left. Just a few feet down the hallway are doors to the Senate chamber, which was still in the process of being secured. The officer then leads the mob in the opposite direction. President-elect Joe Biden received his second dose of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine today in Delaware. Biden received the first dose at this same hospital 3 weeks ago. The president-elect is hoping to boost confidence in the vaccine and pledging to get injections into the arms of Americans as quickly as possible. He also repeated his call for action against the rioters who breached the U.S. Capitol, saying they should be held accountable.
I think it's critically important that there be a real serious focus on holding those folks who engaged in sedition and threaten people's lives, defaced public property, caused great damage, that they be held accountable.
Biden says his views on the attack are mutual between the vast majority of Democrats and Republicans in Congress. West Fargo will hold free COVID-19 rapid testing events for another month. Testing will take place from 10 in the morning until 2 p.m. every Wednesday from now until February 10th. If you'd like to take part, just head over to the parking garage at the Lights Plaza and follow the signs to the testing area. The city says screening is for asymptomatic visitors only, so if you are sick, isolate at home and contact your doctor. You are encouraged to register before getting tested. A North Carolina woman is combining her twin loves, reading and horses, to help bridge the literacy gap she noticed among children. A national study found only 35% of fourth graders read at a proficient level or higher. Her nonprofit, Saddle Up and Read, encourages kids to read while interacting with horses, and it's gaining national attention.
Have you ever seen a horse before?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Every month, Caitlin Gooch shares a little piece of her family farm with young North Carolinians. The real-life cowgirl takes a horse and a trailer full of books from the 89-acre land of her childhood and leads them towards one goal: inspiring kids to read.
I'm very blessed to have all of these amazing horses, this amazing barn, and I just want to share it with children. And why not use that energy that they have when they see the horses to get them excited about reading?
For 3 years, she poured that excitement into Saddle Up and Read, a nonprofit that encourages kids to read while interacting with horses.
What do you think is the magic behind the combination of the horses and reading?
Horses bring this magic that's like, they can't talk for one. So if a child does mess up while they're reading or while they're learning something new, a horse isn't going to say anything. They're really non-judgmental.
Saddle Up and Read is gaining national attention, including a shout out from Oprah Winfrey on Twitter. Caitlin's small North Carolina community has already taken notice.
She goes above and beyond by helping kids learn how to read in a unique way. And every time she comes anywhere, it's a flock of people that want to just come and be around her.
Caitlin's parents say her passion has always shone through, even as a little girl.
She's always had a heart for animals, a heart for children.
And this cowgirl wants to share that love with a diverse generation of kids.
When I was younger, people could not believe that I had horses because I am Black. So I'm doing my very best to get out there and show other kids of color that this is very possible for them.
Caitlin is breaking down barriers and building up young readers and riders.
My daughter is so interested in horses, so this could be a start for her with her little horse journey and just inspiring us to give back and donate to our communities.
Officials say Caitlin dreams to one day open a brick and mortar store for Saddle Up and Read. She says she has already raised nearly $30,000 from people around the country who want to help. We now know the headliners for this year's We Fest. The festival will open with Florida Georgia Line on Thursday, August 5th, with Dierks Bentley on August 6th, and ending with Blake Shelton on August 7th. Tickets for the three-day festival go on sale this Friday at 10 in the morning. The concert will be at Sioux Pass Ranch in Detroit Lakes. Still to come, fans have been looking for this retro dessert for years, and now it's finally making a comeback.
Sunset occurring just moments ago. A beautiful one it was here in Fargo. A lot more cloud cover up north, but the clouds and fog create scenes like this. Rime, ice, and hoarfrost across the region. This shot near Colfax. Thank you for uploading all your gorgeous photos. Big changes are on the way. First Alert Weather Day Friday. Details are straight ahead.